Welcome back to the shipyard and another review corner. This time we're taking a look at Interceptor 5, Bajoran Interceptor. This came out fittingly in Wave 5, June of 2014. So yeah, we're going back almost 3 years. Yeah, lots changed since this came out, but still a worthwhile ship to look at. It's 16 points, 2330, has the standard action bar, target lock, scan, evade, battle station, and you get a crew slot, a weapon slot, and a tech slot. Named ability. You do not lose your perform action step or take damage when you overlap a planet, obstacle, or ship base. You may roll defense dice against any minefield. And this ship does not get enough love for that last part. Being able to roll defense dice against minefields is huge. The fact of 3 total durability and only 2 attack dice, that's why it has problems. But as a neat little flanker ship, there's still potential here. The maneuver dial is fantastic. The full complement of 1 and 2 maneuvers, including white come-abouts and white hard turns. Downside, it caps at 3 maneuvers. No 4s whatsoever. So the fastest you're moving is a 3 bank. Multiple 3 banks is like doing 4 straights just sideways, so it's okay there. Forward 90 arc only. Again, that's kind of a problem, but we can kind of deal with it. The generic loses a crew slot and loses the scan action off the action bar, and it'll still cost you 16 points. And I get it, gotta still cost points because of the stat line, but boy, if there was ever a ship that needed to have a cost reduction, it's this one. 14 points for this, that would be viable. And all those no shield ships, the generic should be 2 points less than their stats. Just a thought. 2 captains on this pack. First up, Linares Holum, skill 3, 2 points, unique. Each time you are attacked, if you have an evade token beside your ship, you may re-roll one of your defense dice. It's okay. Being able to convert would be far better, but he's a skill 3 captain. What do you really expect? I think the worst part of this is that he costs 2 points instead of 1. Again, it's a filler captain. At least you have another option. Yeah, seriously. I don't recommend him. The other one is Azhar, skill 7 with a talent slot. 4 points. If your ship is within range 1 of a planet or obstacle, all attacks made against your ship are at -1 attack die. Situational, for sure, but fitting, and Bajoran ships are fairly maneuverable, so Azhar can see some play in the right scenario. You're probably going to see him more in mission play than actual OP play, but there are certain OPs where he can come in handy. So, again, you're probably not lighting the world on fire here, but he's playable. Our elite talent is Militia. This is a 3-point unique. At the start of the combat phase, you may discard this card to place a battle station token beside your ship, even if there is one already there. In addition, if this upgrade is equipped to a Bajoran ship with a Bajoran captain, you gain +2 attack dice to your first attack made during the round in which you use this upgrade. It's a nice combo with Bajoran Militia. Then you can get a whole bunch of extra attack dice. And for that reason, it's playable. If you don't do that, and if you don't put this on a Bajoran ship with a Bajoran captain, then Invaluable Advice is just a better talent all the way around. Our crew is a Nara, 3-point unique. Action, discard this card to repair 1 damage to your hull. For Bajorans, yeah, sure, I get it. But 3 points to do it, pricey, especially when Dominion have one that let you do hull or shields for 3 points in an action, not a discard. So she needs to really be not a discard or not an action. I don't know. Eventually we'll get the cheese to sickbay on that. Our other crew is Neela, 5-point unique. Action, target a ship at range 1 to 3 and roll 3 attack dice. If you roll at least 1 crit, inflict 1 critical damage to the target ship's hull. If you did not damage the target ship with this action, disable this card. Boy, you're taking a gamble. This is a pure gamble card. And, I don't like it. It doesn't fit my play style. And for 5 points, I don't know that it should fit anyone's play style. I just rather have Admiral Matt Decker in almost every situation because I don't have to roll dice. I can just target a ship, and then I've got a guaranteed damage. Granted, not a crit, but normal damage, and I'm not taking a risk, and he's cheaper, and 5 points on a roll of the dice, it's just, those odds are terrible, and I don't like them at all. We do get an interesting weapon, Phaser Strike. Costs you 4 points, gives you 3 attack dice, works at range 1 to 3. Action, during the combat phase, you may attack with this weapon as if you had a captain skill of 10, so it's an action if you want to go up to 10. For the attack, you disable this card to perform the attack. Range combat bonuses apply to the attack, so it's like a primary, but you can't add on dice. So if you put type 8s on this, you wouldn't add dice. This upgrade may only be purchased for a ship with a hull value of 3 or less, and it costs plus 5 points for any ship other than a Bajoran Interceptor. Fair, but also punitive. The Phaser Strike that comes on Interceptor 8, the reinforcement booster, is just better. Purely better. More attack dice. I think it's 4 attack dice for 5 points, but if you're going there, you might as well pay an extra point for an extra die. This is still not a great weapon for the points that you're paying, but at least it's a way to get more attack dice. And the option to go up to skill 10 for an action, if you want it, is certainly nice. Tough to keep on using it, but at least it's there. We do have a couple of tech. The first is Warp Drive Refit. 2-point non-unique. During the activation phase, if you reveal a 3 straight, you may use a 4 straight maneuver instead. This upgrade may only be purchased for a ship that does not have a 4 or higher on its maneuver dial. Cool. So 2 points to go up to a 4 straight. It rectifies some problems, but you can get around it without using this card. It would be something if you could go up to a 5 straight. Use at your own discretion. The other tech is Maneuverability, 5-point non-unique. During the activation phase, if you reveal a 1 turn, right or left, or a come about, you may use the full about maneuver template. This is essentially a double turn, so you end up turned but facing the opposite direction. If you do so, treat this as a red maneuver. After performing any maneuver, you may overlap a planet token, i.e. you do not move back along your maneuver template. While you are overlapping a planet token, you can still perform actions, attack without penalty, and be attacked, although you roll +1 defense die. This upgrade costs +5 for any ship other than a Bajoran Interceptor. This card's really, really cool. Back before the 50-point rule, there was a build that used this to put a Bajoran Interceptor on a planet. It may not have actually been a Bajoran Interceptor, but I think it was. And it just went on a planet and stayed there and wrecked house. And I loved seeing that build. That was such creativity and not abuse of the unlimited mega ship builds whatsoever. So that was really cool to see. As it is now, this is still a cool card. Being able to do full abouts is neat, although it's red, but more so, being able to go over a planet is also a really different thing in the game, and it's something your opponent is just not going to see coming, even if they know about the card. They're just going to be used to people bumping the planet and then backing up or trying to shoot through the planet with their maneuver, and for you to stop partway through and kind of go, hey, yeah, I'm here. And then spend your time repositioning and head out whenever you want. It's different, and that's a really good thing for you. Definitely not a card for every build, or even a good majority of builds, but every once in a while, there's a place for this. So overall, this is not some fantastic gotta have it pack, but If you're trying to play Bajorans, there's some interesting things here. Maneuverability is probably the star of this pack. And also Interceptor 5. Interceptor 5 is a great named ship for the Bajoran faction. It is probably my second choice after the Ratosha. Interceptor 8 is also a great named ability, but Interceptor 5 is probably my first choice when it comes to the Interceptors. Is it a must-have? No, not at all. Does it have anything of mixed play competitive nature? No, not really. But it fits people who want to have fun, who want to play Bajorans, who are interested in mission play, and who want something a little different to shake things up every once in a while. So if that sounds like something you're looking for in your games of Attack Wing, then go pick up an Interceptor 5 and have fun playing with it. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.